What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with another Summoners War video. Yes, I am finally back from this weekend, so super excited to get some content underway because this week is going to be super busy. Since it has been about 5 days since I've actually made a video that I'm going to be putting out within a few hours, I just wanted to take the time to catch up with y'all, let you all know what's going down, what happened in the past week, and what we got in store for this upcoming week going on. So first and foremost, as you guys know, I did not get a chance to make it out to the LA regionals because I was currently on a vacation. I was on a cruise, hanging out with my boy Jeremy. Now you guys might be familiar with him, Jeremy8977 on Twitch. We celebrated his 40th birthday, so stay tuned for that, as we're going to be I have some videos, some captured little vlog action that I will probably make a little bit down the week to kind of showcase that, so I won't talk about too much of there, but of course I have to share with you, one of the big highlights for him and I on the Summoners War aspect. We did a Lightning War summoning session where we basically collected about 100 scrolls, him a little bit more than me, but over 100 scrolls, and contested, went back and forth with each other to see who's going to get the most lightning at the end of the day. Even though I won, yes, I'm going to put it out there, I won. That wasn't even the half of it. We both walked out, super fortunate to be able to walk out with some new nat 5s. He picked up Poseidon, which was very cool because he has a lot of wind-based nat 5s. And I was super fortunate enough to pick up not only Rakan, but Chiwu. I'll tell you what, man, 2 new units, 2 amazing monsters, especially for Rakan. Great PvP monster, and with respect to Guild War defense. I mean, Guild War offense, Guild War defense, everything. But if you guys have been hearing as of late, or I think I've been preaching about this for a while, like with regards to new units, like I'm all about new units. I'll take whatever I can get, but I've always preached about, is it something that I can utilize on like Guild War defense? So the fact that I was able to get a new monster that I can use in Guild War defense, it just made me just over the top excited, because again, that's new different types of compositions to set up, new types of videos for you guys, so looking forward to get into that. With regards to Chiwu, I couldn't be more happy because again, we have our first nat 5 stripper, our first real stripper. But before I get criticized on that, let me go ahead and rewind myself, right? Yes, first nat 5 stripper, first real stripper, I say. Do I have other strippers? Yes, and this is kind of a situation that a lot of people get into. When it comes to different types of strippers, Soha, Aquila, stuff like that, I've always had them, but I never built them. Why is that? Because some of those strippers, have really good activation rates, or provide some, some unique aspects to them that make them useful. But the overall kit, with respect to other monsters that are available out there, just didn't, live up to the quality that I wanted. All right. So, for example, with respect to like Soha, or let's say Soha. Soha was like the first one I had. Soha had, has 100% activation rate with a strip, and then of course she has even a small chance to freeze on the first skill, and then a little bit of a DPS skill, actually a good damage unit skill on the second one that provides a shield for her. Now, is that great? Yes, but remember, outside of what I'm trying to bring to the table, with her, I mean, ultimately it just comes down to the strip. Sure, I can get lucky and get that freeze to land, but it's not as reliable as other things. Now, with regards to Chiwu, again, we're not just looking at the strip in and of itself. We're looking at the speed lead. We're looking at the sleep for 2 turns. We're looking at the beneficial effect blocker for 2 turns that cannot glance. Right? It can be it can crit. So it's one of those things where, like, when I looked at the Chiwu, the Triton, the Tiana, whatnot, I just kind of wanted to wait until I can get that unit, and then of course I will go ahead and build it up so that I can use it. Here's a funny thing that I want to put it out there for the up and coming players. Keep in mind that if you're in the same situation as me, where you've been fortunate enough to get a couple of new units, obviously you're going to be limited on runes. And for me personally, I have some decent runes, but again, they are on certain monsters that cater to certain things. So as you guys can see right here, with respect to like the thumbnail and everything, let the grind begin. The grind is on. I mean, the grind has always been on, but now there's even more of a reason here. With Necropolis trying to farm those vampire runes for Rakan and those will runes, And of course for giants, you know, trying to get some of those super fast despair runes that I can you know, put on Chiwu, and also you know, improve some of my other despair monsters, my irises, my Geminis, or whatnot. So when it comes to, you know, my choice right now, I'm obviously hitting up the Necropolis, but you know, with respect to the endgame runes, Will is by far, you know, just such an amazing rune set. So I get a little bit more bang for my buck being able to get some Will runes for both of the new monsters that I can do. But ultimately, one of the things that I'm going to be doing, if I can't improve it right away, is basically taking a look at all of my runes and you know, doing some rune management to go ahead and improve or basically get some really good effective HP for Rakan, as well as trying to get a synced up you know, set on Chiwu that could be speed tuned with compositions that I'm looking to bring. Right now, for the video, you know, whatnot here, you guys are not going to see, if I mess around on like stream with regards to Rakan or Chiwu, they're going to be broken runes. I literally threw on runes to go ahead and just level them up. We're going to be looking, you're going to be seeing a future video later this week with actually like testing them out. And the reason being is because when we get, you know, really predominant units, we definitely have to make a shift with regards to our runes so we can prioritize them. For me, you guys know that Guild War is extremely important, more so than any other aspect of the game. So Rakan is going to get some love. However, when I looked at my runes overall with respect to Vampire, I don't have a lot of I don't have a ton of, you know, HP based Vampire runes. I have a lot of, like, you know, some attack runes or defense runes that have good attack and HP substats or whatever, but just overall like HP stat runes, I don't have too many of them. I may end up pulling one or two runes here from one of my Rift of Worlds monsters, my two Kung Fu girls. But again, like, the goal for me is to try to build them as best as I can without crippling other monsters. This is something that I preach about a long time. You guys, when you get those new monsters, you really want to rune them up, but you want to do it at the expense of another aspect of the game, which for me, Rift of Worlds R5 is extremely important, and these are two Kung Fu girls that I run on the front line. Again, me personally, I'm really excited to do it. I'm really excited to showcase a rune build for him that's not going to be what we consider optimal, but should still be effective. Considering that he has that immunity aspect that's going to be running, you know, with 100% uptake, you know, 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn immunity. You know, we're going to take really good advantage of effective HP because the opponent's not going to be able to defense break. So honestly, if I can get some absurd amount of stats with him, even though I don't have that aspect of the heal, I'm still looking forward to playing it. But again, the end goal is to get him on a Vampire set, considering how strong his third skill is, doing damage based on max HP, and then, you know, generating 35% of that through that life drain effect. Again, with respect to Chiwu, getting back to him, yes, I definitely want to have him on the Despair set so I can have more opportunities to stun when all need be. But again, right now, you know, ultimately, I'm not like looking to, you know, really mess around with them all too much, because out of the two monsters that we got, Rakan is going to be the priority. Rakan is the one that I need to rune up and take care of, which is why there's a, even though I'm farming both Giants and Necropolis, we are doing, we're going to be doing, you know, we're going to be spending a little bit more time in Necropolis than Giants here. So those are the big things, guys. For anybody that has some unique rune builds when it comes to these other monsters, even though, you know, like for Rakan, a lot of people like the, you know, Vampire, a lot of people like the Violet set. You know, what kind of, if you are doing what I'm getting ready to do, which is, you know, looking at just, you know, stats over sets and just doing what you can to get some effective HP, what kind of stats are you getting? Let me know in the comment section down below. Really looking forward to hearing your feedback from that. Outside of that, we gotta put it out there, right? You know, the LA regionals just went down in Santa Ana. Super awesome to see. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I really wanted to be there, but it was a vacation that was well overdue with my family. The first vacation of many to come, I hope, with regards to Roman. Spending some time down there, and it was definitely a blast. I wouldn't give it up for the world. So again, more on that in a different video, but LA regionals, you know, definitely was fun to watch. I actually paid, it didn't mean to go that route, but I paid a little bit, like X amount of dollars per day to have like their premium internet, which was not really premium, but it allowed me to barely watch the stream. So I had to sneak around, just try to get a little video in. Was even fortunate enough to chill with Jeremy at a bar, and we ended up having a drink and watching it just for a little bit, even though the connection wasn't too good. But it was such a blast to watch. You know, big shout out to, of course, Ali Najak, Leitano, and Koopa Trooper for holding it down on those commentator and host spots. I was really happy with that turnout. Congratulations to Baron for taking it down, taking the trophy, getting that #1 spot. But of course, congratulations to all the participants that just even made it there. It's quite the honor to have you guys on there, represent the best of the best. As far as like the content and watching everybody go, I have seen probably about 2.5 to 3 hours of the 6-hour stream. I haven't seen everything, but it was exciting to watch, and I'll put it out there because I know that a lot of people are going to be thinking this. Maybe you haven't thought about it already, but I ain't gonna lie. I think I was more excited about seeing what Barian actually looks like than the actual tournament itself, because anybody that's been following Barian since the beginning, he has never shown his face ever. He's always just chill with the 1980s music, and you know, you just hear him talking, and you know, of course, all these competitive players none of us have ever run into, but if anybody's been following you know, Barian, especially for people on my channel, you guys are very familiar with Barian, with the 7th episode of the Educate and Dominate series. He was my you know, one of my first people that came onto my series that really you know, provided some great ground information that's still useful to this day, even after 2 years of making that content. So it was very cool to see him do work. Again, he's just an amazing person, but again, I don't want to take anything away from the other competitors. I saw a lot of great you know, people trying different things, and I saw a lot of unique strategies. Was really impressed by Sai. I think he was another one of the top 3 front runners in the video. He provided a little bit more, I don't want to say versatility, but he brought a couple more unique compositions that I would have think. He kind of continued that trend setting of, with regards to the different PvP tournaments. You know, that first tournament in June, you know, everybody was after that first pick of Wusa. It was just super OP. Then we had a little bit of a shift from Wusa to Ganymede, which Ganymede, of course, is still, let's not get it twisted, Ganymede is still, you know, a favorite to pick here. But, you know, he kind of, you know, broke the tides on that and said, you know what, I'm just going to do me. And he ended up, you know, doing a lot of first picking with Bastet, which got me all excited because I don't have Ganymede, I have Bastet. So, you know, to be able to see that, see some kind of compositions that they make was pretty unique. And of course, this will be something that I talk about when we commentate here in about 3 to 4 days from now, is that, you know, it's really cool to see people, you know, use some unique monsters that doesn't really give away all too much of your strategy. Like, you can really mix it up. For example, Ciara is a, you know, even though Ganymede is an extremely good first pick for me, Ciara is like a concept first pick for me. Why? Because there's so many different compositions that I can branch out with on Ciara. Ciara is not just like an end all be all kind of a unit fail. So you can do so many different, you know, create so many different compositions with it and not be too concerned about giving away any kind of strategy or whatever. So I kind of like that aspect as well. But again, I got to give a shout out to everybody that competed out there. So a lot of familiar names that I've been following in the Summoners War community. So again, congratulations to everybody that got a chance to make it out there. And thank you for all the YouTubers and influencers that made any kind of like vlog or whatnot so I could live vicariously through you. It was definitely fun to do. Now, this particular video is going out here right around 12 o'clock-ish or so Central Standard Time on Tuesday, October 3rd. So again, if you're part of that notification squad, you already know what's up. We're currently streaming right now. We're doing some Guild Wars, we're doing some 20-star RTA. But don't you worry, guys, if you're currently at work and you weren't able to make the stream, I'll be doing a stream today and tomorrow for around the same time, just kind of hanging out, chilling with you guys, since it's been literally like 5 to 6 days where I can stream and hang out. So we'll catch up. You know, we can talk about, you know, the last event, we can talk about the upcoming event, maybe talk about some front runners that are, you know, getting ready to shoot here. So it should be fun. Let's take a quick second to give a shout out to our boy Mr. Jalel here, who just got Villagel. I don't know if that's a duplicate, but it's always exciting to see guildies pull new monsters, especially when they're crucial monsters when it comes to Guild War. I think it might be you. He's saying something here, but hopefully it's not a dupe. We're hoping for it. We're hoping for that aspect here. So again, if I haven't mentioned it already, we have in roughly 4 days from now, the New York Regional is going to be going down in the Time Inc. Auditorium. Yes, I will be there hanging out, but I will be there as a commentator. I think Claytano, I recently watched Claytano's updated video when he bought the Master Pack, just talking about the current situation for the commentator's perspective. You know, we have a super busy schedule. Obviously, leading up to the event, a couple of things to get done. But then the event in and of itself, we're literally working for 7 hours straight. Even more so, a few more hours than that, because we have to prepare, do some test runs, make sure all the equipment is working, so on and so forth. So we don't get a lot of time in between the 5-minute breaks or whatnot. I remember the first event that I was a part of, I literally was like fast walking through the back area just to get to the bathrooms on the outside, because obviously I was super nervous. So I'm just like, oh man, let me just use the rest right now, because if I sit here in the middle of a semifinal match and I have to use the restroom, like I just would be so embarrassed, right? Because I am that guy that has like those sporadic like moments in time where I got to use the restroom, right? That would just be so embarrassing. But either way, yeah, it's going to be going down here this week. I'm super excited to join everybody out there. It was good to see Ali Najah once again doing his thing, holding it down in that host spot. Really fortunate to have him in the Summoners War community, assisting us with that foundation of the Summoners War host for these events here. So again, big shout out to you, Ali. If you happen to be watching this video, I don't know if you will, but more than likely you won't. Somebody pass it on to say, Ali, shout out for Ali one time, okay? Give him some love, okay? He's been doing his thing, studying the game up a little bit so that he can provide the best kind of commentary for you guys. All right. With respect to getting back to what we're doing today, we're going to be doing, like I said, some Guild Wars, some 20-star RTA stream, because again, I believe the stream, or sorry, the RTA is currently down for 2 weeks. I think we got just a week more to go. But again, if you guys have not heard me already, we have 20-star RTA is super fun for me. I really enjoy creating different strategies or different compositions based and having certain limitations, right? We've constantly had people argue the fact that this can never be an esport because there's no balance. Well, does a 20-star RTA balance everything? No, it does not. But it does definitely help give people a better shot. For people that don't have the best nat 5 monsters in the game, you can mix it up and test out some things. And like I said, I believe last week, I'm really looking forward to doing some collab work and getting together with some individuals that have a unique kind of creative mind and want to talk about maybe some of the upcoming 2-star, 3-star, or even 4-star supports that we generally don't use, that could be nice additions, or just nice reminders of what kind of units that you can use, especially for the 2-star, 3-star monsters. Being able to incorporate some of those support monsters in the 20-star RTA is going to allow you to have more of those natural 5-star monsters that you're really looking for, right? Especially for my 2 of the monsters that I think are pretty popular. I'm not going to put it out there just yet, but if combining both of those here equals 5 stars, and so that's going to allow you for the last 3-star of the 3 of your 5 picks, you can pick 3 out of the 5. 3 out of the 5 can be natural 5 stars. So considering that aspect, I mean, it could give you a nice little advantage, and if you can make those monsters work with you, synergize with you, it should be pretty entertaining content. Okay, so again, my apologies. This video took about 2 years. Yeah, like 20 minutes here, 2 years. This is just trying to catch up with you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really wanted to show some gameplay with the new units, but again, I have a lot of work to do when it comes to getting those monsters ready. But more importantly, with regards to the New York regionals, this is going to be a very busy 2 to 3 days for me. I have to make again, just like last before, I have to make another round of like 5 to 6 videos for the rest of the week, so that you guys can have content as I'm away. In addition to that, I have to do studying up, with regards to the competitors that are going down here in New York. 16 different competitors. I would say about you know, 6 to 8 of them I've seen compete, you know, or seen play, you know, between, you know, various videos and influencers, but I haven't, some of them I have not seen that, seen them, you know, bust out the strategies and try out different things. So, you know, we got to do our homework. The commentators got to do our homework. We got to make sure that we're on point with what kind of strategies and what kind of styles that they're going to be bringing, right? So, really looking forward to getting into that. And so, again, without further ado, let's get right into it as far as taking the time to do so. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for just chilling with me. Again, I hope that this was a nice little relaxer for you if you're out sitting at work not doing anything and just wanted to just kind of chill and sit back and listen. But again, I promise you, we're going to be doing a couple of streams where I'll do some content for you guys, and then if you guys miss it, don't you worry. I'll take the fun parts of the stream, you know, cut them up for you so that you guys can see that later this week if you don't get an opportunity to see it on the stream. All right, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish from ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you guys very soon.